Timeouts are a great way to implement a humane consequence that shows the dog their behavior does not work. If done correctly and with accurate timing, you can decrease these unwanted behaviors. Timeouts must be done on the heels of the unwanted behavior, so timing is important. You cannot time out the dog way after the fact. It's best to get the timeout issued within 2 to 5 seconds of the timeout cue, which can be, "Too bad, you're out of here," or something that signals to the dog that freedom is lost. Here are some things to consider when issuing a timeout. Define your criteria. Know what you're timing the dog out for. This will make your training be more efficient. Typically, timeouts are reserved for things such as counter surfing, jumping to greet, stealing objects from hands, rough play with dogs or people, and not dropping toys during tug games. Timeouts should be done in a safe environment, such as a crate or a gated room. When issuing timeouts, be matter of fact, but do not threaten, chase, or yell at the dog. This takes practice, but do not get emotional about it. Think like a referee. Have your rules and follow them. This will reduce stress for you and the dog. In addition, timeouts should be done for no longer than 2 minutes maximum for repeated offenses. If the timeout is too long, dogs may not make the connection as to why they were timed out. Typically, it's okay to start with a 10 to 15 second timeout, then a 20 to 30 second timeout, and then perhaps a minute or two. When you let the dog back out into play or to be around people, make sure that you proof the behavior and see if the timeout has worked. As the dog approaches and is about to possibly do the unwanted behavior again, give the dog feedback such as, "That's enough," or "Leave it." If they stop, freedom is had. If they do it again, time the dog out again, adding 5 or 10 seconds to each offense. Use a warning cue such as "That's enough," or "Leave it," as a way to give the dog a choice. You can also do micro-timeouts during play.
Leave it all the way. Too bad. Up on a porch.
Leash greetings, or in daily circumstances, such as when you go to give the dog food treats. For instance, you might stop a greeting and give the dog penalty yards until they can sit and wait and greet without jumping or carrying on. You can abandon the greeting altogether when the dog is really over the top, and this signals to dogs that you must sit politely and wait until we greet. During play, you can retract from tugging a toy when the dog will not drop it, signaling to the dog that play stops unless they drop the toy. You can retract a food treat if the dog is attempting to take it with a rough mouth as well. This signals to the dog that they must take food from our hands gently. A classic version of the micro timeout is good old sit and wait at doors, which we can practice with our dogs daily. The bottom line to keep in mind is that consequences drive behavior, and as long as the humans in the dog's life are issuing humane consequences consistently, the dog's unwanted behaviors will decrease and possibly be gone completely in some cases. Environments will have different effects on your dog's behavior, so always make sure that you're aware of that and prevent behaviors through training and management. Be patient. Don't take it personally. Just be kind and consistent with your consequences, and you'll have less stress and more success in training your dog.
Okay. Good girl.